The film begins with a prisoner named Jack, a former police officer who is brought to prison with a group of new inmates on his first day inside. The guard Green knows Jack well because everyone knows he was once a cop but was locked up for killing a police officer. So Green decides to beat him as a punishment. Jack is then moved into a cell, where he recalls the day his life fell apart, the day his wife was murdered. Earlier, Jack had been investigating a Russian gang boss named Balam, a dangerous criminal who often bribes corrupt cops to work with him. And those officers help Balam smuggle contraband outside the prison. Jack then decides to avenge his wife. And he knows that the documents proving the collusion between the authorities and Balam are kept in a bank. So he plans to rob it to be sent to the very prison where Balam is held. He teams up with a crew of robbers and lays out a tight plan for the heist. And the gang kills the security guards and takes control of the whole place. When Jack leaves the bank, he suddenly runs into the police, and a gunfight breaks out between the officers and the robbers. The robbers are not easy to handle and manage to kill several officers. But in the end they are all taken down. When Jack finds himself alone, he decides to run, and 3 officers chase him through the streets. Among them Clark, the man who betrayed Jack and handed him over to Balam. After that, a friend of Jack's goes to collect the bag of documents from where Jack left it. Meanwhile, Clark points his gun at Jack and orders him to surrender. Jack says he once trusted Clark, but Clark betrayed him. Clark apologizes and says they threatened his family, but Jack does not care. He lunges at Clark, sending him falling to his death. Back in the present at the prison, Jack walks into the common area among the inmates, where the old prisoners watch the new arrivals closely. Jack then enters his cell and gets to know his cellmate, named Silva, in the same prison as the Russian gang boss Balam. But he does not live like the other inmates. He has his own luxurious section, is treated very well, and has his men guarding all around him. In the inmate block, there is a dangerous prisoner named Semyon. He welcomes the 2 new inmates and orders them to pay him weekly for his protection. One inmate says he does not need Semyon's protection, so Semyon slams his head onto the meal tray and knocks him out. The other inmate is frightened and agrees to obey Semyon, who then leads his men over to Jack. A guard intervenes and puts them in solitary confinement. Jack is surprised to see Balam speaking to him through a screen. Balam says he knows Jack well, because for years Jack has caused trouble for his business, costing him a great deal of money and many men. He also knows that Jack committed the bank robbery on purpose to be sent to the same prison as him. And Jack demands to meet Balam in person. Balam asks what Jack took from the bank vault and who he gave it to. But Jack only smiles and says nothing. Balam says he will kill Jack just as he killed his wife. He describes how Jack's wife suffered before she died while Jack could only watch and do nothing. Hearing those words, Jack is filled with rage. After that, the corrupt guard Green goes into the camera room, distracts the operator, and turns the surveillance camera away from Jack's bed so no one sees what is about to happen. At the same time, as Jack is trying to sleep, several inmates sneak into his cell to kill him, but Jack strikes with incredible speed, using his hands to deliver dangerous blows and taking them down in mere seconds. Outside the prison, the film introduces the journalist Trisha. She hears a knock at the door, but when she opens it she sees no one, only a bag left on her doorstep. It turns out Jack's friend, the one who took the bag from the parking lot, has placed it in front of Trisha's house. She opens it and finds all the documents and evidence against Balam, including data about Jack. At this point, Trisha still does not know the truth about him. Trisha goes to Johnson's office to meet him, but the secretary says her appointment with Johnson has been cancelled and that he is not there. Johnson's assistant, Mark, walks in and says he is the one who cancelled it. Mark tells her that if she wants to give the information to Johnson, she must hand it to him first and he will pass it along. Trisha refuses and says she wants to speak with Johnson directly. Trisha complains to Johnson about Mark, and Johnson says Mark is new and a little overprotective of him. Trisha begins talking about the case of Jack and Balam, still thinking Jack is a corrupt cop who actually works for the Russian gang. She finds it suspicious that Jack, who just robbed a bank, was sent to the exact prison where Balam is held. She wonders why the authorities did not kill Jack even though he killed a police officer. Trisha then goes to the prison to see Jack and begin her investigation. She is surprised that Jack knows so much about her, and Jack says he has been waiting for her for a long time. He asks what she plans to do with the information he sent her. Trisha is stunned and asks why he sent it to her. Jack only tells her to use the information the right way, then stands up and walks off. After that, the inmates bully a gentle prisoner named William and order him to get out of the way. Meanwhile, Jack returns to his cell, holds the necklace his wife once gave him on his birthday, and remembers his time with her. His wife once told him that he was the wall she leaned on in hard times, and that no matter what danger she faced, she knew he would always be by her side. Jack's memory is cut short by William. In the women's block, 2 female inmates fight, and all the prisoners watch Elena and Katrina go at it until a guard steps in. Elena should have been sent to solitary confinement, but the guard hoods her instead. When the hood is removed, she finds herself in Balam's private section, kneeling on the floor with 4 other inmates, among them Semyon. Balam says that when someone runs their own business, it is an insult to him even if it is his own cousin. He orders Semyon killed at once, because Semyon has been collecting protection money from the inmates for himself, and Balam's men strangle him. Then Balam beats the other inmates for selling contraband in the prison without his permission, and for trying to kill Jack before he allowed it. It turns out Semyon is not dead, thanks to the hood over his face. Balam tells Semyon that his failure to kill Jack is also Balam's failure since Semyon is his cousin. The inmates will see Semyon as weak and may no longer follow orders. So Balam decides to give him a second chance and does not kill him. When Jack is on the basketball court, William comes to warn him that there is now a bounty on his head. But Jack says he is not afraid of anyone. A guard then walks in and orders everyone off the court. But before Jack can leave, several inmates rush him. William turns the camera away so the guard will not see the inmates attacking. And Jack grabs a stick and fights back hard, taking down nearly all of them. After that, the prosecutor Johnson calls Balam, and it is now revealed that Johnson is a corrupt figure in the government who deals with Balam. Johnson tells Balam about Trisha, that she is holding dangerous information and a list of important people who buy contraband, surely including Johnson's own name. He demands that Balam handle it since he does not want to be exposed. Balam tells Johnson not to forget who he is talking to. Back with Jack in the laundry room, he realizes that all the inmates have left to make room for 3 guards coming in to kill him. Jack easily blocks their attacks and lands deadly blows, even while being hit and fighting many at once. He battles with all his strength. The fight is hard because he is outnumbered, but Jack takes them down one by one and uses their own weapons against them. Trisha returns home and is surprised to find her friend Allison there. Trisha tells Allison about the case she is investigating involving Balam, along with the important government figures working with him. She then tries to translate all the information in front of her, but this will take time since the documents are written in Russian. In the prison, Elena and William exchange glances for some reason. Then Elena goes to Katrina, the woman she fought before, and says she has come to apologize. But suddenly Elena strikes Katrina and throws herself into a brawl with the other female inmates. She deliberately provokes Katrina and lets her hit her in the face, then pretends to pass out, and the guard takes Elena to the infirmary. Trisha then goes to see Jack and says she has read what happened to his wife, and understands that he does not work for the Russian gang. She realizes he put himself in prison to get revenge, but she asks whether that will get him killed. Jack answers that living or dying does not matter, and that what matters is that the corrupt must be punished. Jack meets William and discovers that William is actually an undercover police investigator who has been in the prison for 6 months to expose the corrupt figures inside. And Elena is also a secret agent working with him. William says he needs the evidence Jack took from the bank, but Jack answers that his goal is revenge on Balam and that he does not want anyone in his way. William agrees that he will not stop Jack. After that, William meets the prison director Warden Blaine. Warden Blaine says he is disappointed because he once thought William was a gentleman, but now he knows William has beaten inmates, especially Balam's men. Warden Blaine says William needs his help to be protected from Balam. William asks Warden Blaine to help him, and Warden Blaine agrees, but on the condition that William pays $10,000 a month. Balam leaves his private section for the first time for a special reason. As his daughter comes to visit, she shows him a photo of the 2 of them when she was little, and is angry that all this time she believed he was dead. Balam says he chose to stay away from her to keep her safe. At the same time, Elena hides a blood capsule in her mouth, pretends to feel dizzy, and vomits blood in front of the inmates and guards. When the guards step in to take her to the infirmary, William knocks out the first one while Elena takes down the second. William then grabs bottles of alcohol and mixes them with a cleaning agent to turn them into a kind of knockout solution. Now a guard comes in to kill Jack, but Jack blocks the blow and knocks him out. William contacts Jack and says he is in the control room while Elena is in the camera room, and they will help Jack reach Balam. Jack agrees, puts on the uniform of the guard he just beat, and follows William and Elena's directions. William opens any locked door for him, and Jack walks among the guards without anyone suspecting him. But a guard knocks on the room where Elena is. So Elena tells Jack to run fast because she can no longer track him and she is forced to hide back in the vents. At the same time, other guards knock on William's room, which keeps Jack from reaching Balam the normal way. Jack orders William to open every door in the prison and William does so. All the inmates pour out and attack the guards. Jack pushes forward, striking any inmate who blocks his path or comes near him. He catches the guard Green and throws him to the inmates so they can take their own justice. Balam is furious, understanding that Jack is the cause of all this chaos, and he moves toward Jack, wanting to fight him. Meanwhile, Elena runs into Katrina and her friend, who both take up knives and try to kill her. Back with Jack, he fights more than 10 inmates on the way, and William comes to tell him that Balam is getting close. After that, Trisha goes to Johnson's office to meet him, but Mark blocks her again as before. She decides to report to the investigators. When Trisha returns home, her friend Allison gets a call from Johnson, and it turns out Allison has taken a large bribe from Johnson to kill Trisha. In the prison, Jack clashes with Semyon, who stabs him with a knife, but Jack endures it, subdues him and takes him down, though the wound leaves him in great pain. Balam's assistant is about to attack Jack, but his cellmate steps in, fights the man and saves Jack. Jack keeps moving toward his main target while Warden Blaine blocks William, points a gun at him and orders him out of the way. Jack sits down to rest, exhausted from the blood loss, but when he hears Balam's voice, he stands up and moves toward him for the showdown. At first, Balam has the upper hand since Jack is wounded and has lost blood, and he says he killed Jack's wife because of Jack. Jack dodges his blow so that Balam punches the wall, then gathers all his strength and hits back hard. But Balam is a strong fighter and not easy to beat. After that, the police arrive and take control of the prison, where they find Balam lying in a pool of blood. Jack escapes through the vents and tells William that he has finished his revenge. William says Jack has done what many others failed to do, and Elena joins them as well. After that, Agent Mark arrests Johnson, because the documents in Trisha's hands have proven that Johnson is tied to the crimes and the murder plot. Trisha sees William arrest Jack to bring him to justice, because justice should apply to everyone.